You know, have you ever stopped to think that the world around us is just full of secrets? That everyday things, moments in history, even our own bodies are holding on to these amazing stories we've just never heard? Well, in this explainer, we're going to tune in and learn how to listen. Okay, so picture the Statue of Liberty. You're seeing that iconic green color, right? Of course. But what if I told you that's not her real color? Nope. When she was first unveiled way back in 1886, she was this brilliant, gleaming copper. Just like a brand new penny. The green we see today, that's just what happens when time and chemistry do their thing over 100+ years. And that's just one little secret unlocked. Now, let's open up a few more drawers in our cabinet of curiosities. First, we're going to explore this weird, wonderful planet of ours. Then, we'll do a little rewriting of the history books. After that, we'll uncover the secret lives of everyday stuff. And we'll wrap things up by looking at the most astonishing thing of all. All right, first up, our weird, wonderful planet. And seriously, get ready. Because your perspective on everything from mountains to a simple glass of water is about to get completely turned upside down. So we all learn in school that Mount Everest is the tallest mountain, right? Well, that's only half the story. The real champion, if you measure from its base on the ocean floor all the way up to its peak, is Mauna Kea in Hawaii. It's a total giant just hiding in plain sight, with most of its incredible size hidden under the waves. The surprises definitely don't stop there. Did you know that in some parts of the world, there is pink snow that actually smells and tastes like watermelon? I'm not making that up. Or that there's a sea in the Atlantic that has no coastline at all. Its borders are just ocean currents. And here's one to really bake your noodle. Africa is the only continent that sits in all four hemispheres. You know, even the sound of ice melting can hold a secret. As glaciers melt, these tiny air bubbles that have been trapped for thousands of years finally escape, and they make this really distinct fizzing and popping sound. It's so unique, it even got its own name, Burgee Seltzer, like nature's own ancient soda pop. Okay, so from the secrets of our planet, let's jump into the secrets of our past. Welcome to Rewriting the History Books. And trust me, the timeline of human history is a lot more compressed and a lot more surprising than you probably think. We tend to lump Cleopatra in with the pyramids, right? Lost in the fog of ancient Egypt. But the reality is, she lived closer in time to the first moon landing than she did to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. I mean, that just completely reframes how you think about history, doesn't it? History isn't just about ancient queens, though. It's also hidden in things we see every single day. Like, think about a stop sign. It's red, obviously. Well, for a full 30 years, stop signs were actually yellow. The reason was simple. The red dye they used back then just faded way too fast. It wasn't until they developed a fade-resistant red in the 50s that it became the universal color for stop. When I say fearsome pirate captain, who pops into your head? Blackbeard? Captain Kidd? What if I told you the most successful and powerful pirate in all of history was a woman? Her name was Ching Shih, and in the early 1800s, she commanded a fleet of 80,000 sailors. 80,000. That's a force so massive, it was bigger than the navies of most countries at the time. All right, from the grand sweep of history, let's zoom way in on the things that fill up our lives. Welcome to The Secret Life of Stuff, where you're going to find out the surprising and often pretty bizarre origins of the things we eat, use, and play with. Let's play a little food trivia. Where do croissants come from? If you said France, you'd be wrong. They were actually invented in Vienna, Austria. What about German chocolate cake? Nothing to do with Germany. It's named after an American baker, a guy named Samuel German. But the classic pizza margherita? That one is 100% Italian, designed to look just like the nation's flag. You know, some of our favorite products actually started out as huge failures. It just goes to show you that accidents can be amazing. Bubble wrap? That was originally meant to be a kind of trendy, textured wallpaper. Can you imagine? Play-Doh was first sold as a wallpaper cleaner. And maybe the wildest one, back in the 1830s, ketchup was sold as a medicine, in pill form. And the inspiration for one of the most iconic video game characters of all time, it didn't come from some complex algorithm. It came from dinner. The designer, Toru Iwatani, was just looking at a pizza with one slice missing. And in that simple shape, poof, Pac-Man was born. We've dug into the secrets of our planet, our history, and our stuff. So for our last section, let's turn the lens inward and explore the most amazing creation of them all, you.
Prepare to be wowed by the unbelievable numbers that make us who we are.
So let's just start with scale. The average adult body is made up of about 7 octillion atoms. That's a 7 followed by 27 zeros. It's a number so big it's basically impossible to imagine. For context, our entire Milky Way galaxy only has a few 100 billion stars. You are, quite literally, a walking universe. Now, let's talk about the supercomputer in your head. Your brain is capable of performing an estimated 38,000 trillion operations every single second. That's just an insane number. And it's happening inside your head right now as you listen to my voice. So how does that compare to our own technology? Well, we put that number up against the world's most powerful supercomputer. And the result? Our very best machine has about 0.002% of your brain's capacity. Yeah, it's not even a fair fight. And the weird wonders of the human body just keep coming. Your brain is your fattiest organ. On average, you probably check your phone about 150 times a day. A sneeze can travel at 100 miles an hour. And if you have blue eyes, you share a single common ancestor with every single other blue-eyed person on the planet. Just a little genetic echo from our distant past. So we'll leave you with a final thought. And this actually comes from a real holiday that's celebrated on March 3rd. The question is this: what if cats and dogs had opposable thumbs? I mean, just think about it. It's a silly question, sure, but it's a great reminder that our world is just overflowing with secrets, surprises, and endless possibilities, all just waiting for us to find them. Thanks for watching.